We are starting straight on with very pathetic case, a case of a cousin who actually masterminded the kidnap of his cousin. This young man, Abubakar Haliru from Zaria, has a cousin known as Binta Mohammed, aged 48 years. Binta, who clearly has got a filial relationship with Haliru, has been a pillar of support to Haliru. Gave Haliru a loan, a soft loan, to purchase 4 tricycles for his personal use. Haliru is expected to simply pay back these loans over time. At a point, Haliru, clearly not intending to return to pay back this loan, lured this relative of his out of Zaria on the pretense that she should accompany her to somewhere where accompany him to somewhere where he's about to collect, where he's going to collect money, and in that process, simply handed over Binta to a gang of kidnappers based in Galadimawa Forest in Jiwa local government area in Kaduna State. Having handed over Binta to this gang of kidnappers, he gave a very strict instruction that they should make as much money as they can from her, and at the end of that, make sure she is killed.
Na kai yayata daji ne wurin kidnapper suka kama ta.
Ga mana sunanta.
Sunanta Binta Muhammad.
Me tsakaninka da ita?
Tana bi na kuɗi miliyan 1.4.
Kuɗin na me ne?
Na keke napep ne da ta bani loan wanda ya rage ban gama biyan ta ba.
To me dalilin da yasa ka kai ta wajen kidnappers?
Sai rai ne kawai gaskiya. Na kai ta ne dama in suka anshi abin da suka ansa, ni ma su bani wani abu sai in samu in biya ta kuɗinta da take bina.
To ya kai kasancewa wayannan suna kidnapping?
Akwai wata yarinya da nake nema. To shi wanda muke waya da shi ya auri yayarta. Ta yadda aka yi na santa kenan. Yadda aka yi na san suna kidnapping kenan. Ta hanyar kanwata da nake so.
Okay, he gave his name as Abubakar Haliru. He's from Zaria. He's 36 years of age. He confessed that he facilitated the kidnap of his cousin, who has previously given him a loan to purchase 4 tricycles for his business. And he was meant to repay back this soft loan. But because he couldn't meet up with the repayment, he decided to lure her, hand her over to this kidnap gang, one of whom he had already known in the past to be a criminal, a kidnapper, with the intention that she should be extorted, and maybe he will get some part of the money to enable him repay the loan.
These gang members who are here are clearly very dangerous elements. They have a history of having participated in so many other kidnap operations in the past, including the kidnap of 8 persons from the National Leprosy and Tuberculosis Training Center in Zaria. This gang is also responsible for the killing of a female pharmacist from the Ahmadu Bello Teaching Hospital that was kidnapped some time ago, and so many other horrible crimes they've actually committed in the past. So Binta must have been a very lucky woman to have escaped death by whiskers. But Binta had a divine visitation, and that very night, the first night of her kidnap, she managed to escape from the kidnappers' den. Unfortunately, but still fortunately for her, on her way out of that particular gang of kidnappers den, she ran into yet another roving gang of kidnappers who opportunistically took her But this time around, with no clear prior relationship with them, the instruction that she should be killed was never executed. Within the time she was trying to transit out of the forest, she had already made calls, and that calls got through to IRT operatives, who also set machineries in motion that eventually facilitated her release from the kidnappers den. Binta is still currently receiving medical treatment, but the lesson herein is the fact that most of the kidnappings in our neighborhoods, in our communities, in our cities, and in our states will never succeed, or probably wouldn't have taken place without active connivance of people who are close to us and sometimes people from our own communities. So we must continue to watch closely persons we relate with. We must continue to watch closely people who help. We must continue to pay very close attention to red signals and red flags that would suggest